Hey there, my fellow explorers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Roots of Yggdrasil, Episode 5, Cutting It Close. Alright, so we have some paths here. Random encounters, a bonus artifact. So if we go east, we could possibly do the bonus artifact and then Golden Acorns in Vanaheim. Or we can go west, do a random encounter, and get a Mossy Acorn. So you guys can choose east or west, either a bonus artifact or a random encounter. That's essentially what you're picking from. We are Team Extra Artifact. Cool. A Savior's Saddle. Gain a swan feather for 2 extra might per turn when a scion returns from an adventure. And I do adventures often, so that's probably going to pay out big time. And we already have 1 swan feather, so I suspect we get others. We do have enough spare time to do other things here. Actually, east and west is the same time, but you guys voted east, so we'll just do the east. So Vanaheim, the Fertile Alps. Reach a population of 30. That's a pretty lofty goal. 30's up there for pop. So we're gonna have to be mindful about building. Ideally, building most of the population in the first 5 turns for the early bird benefit, and trying to build up our supplies high enough to be able to afford a population of 30. So this tree is a bit of a stretch. I think we can manage it, but whether we manage it within the daytime or not, I don't know. The other thing is this sapling wants 4 houses nearby, so getting to this sapling within the first 5 turns would be ideal, although I don't think realistic. This sapling requires might unlock. Okay, so now that we know those things. The observatory. And starting to deploy all the houses. Trading posts are really good for supplies. That will help us, I think. So I'm going to go with the trading post. So the trading post requires 2 military buildings nearby, but I'm going to be adding barracks to this initial setup, so we're going to get a trading post pretty early on. And the trading post is supplies per house, so the more houses I can put down initially, the more benefit that trading post will be when we draw it. So that's kind of my plan is to rely on drawing that trading post after we populate the hell out of our starting area with a ton of houses, which I am spamming like a madman to get our pop up. Water well for more supplies. I think this map, the challenge seems to be the pressure of supplies. So now that I have a bunch of houses deployed, let's get the barracks going. Do a 9 to explore both of those directions, and then do another 9. Because if I draw the trading post, I'll be able to actually use it. And then last but not least, a little shrub. Okay. Oh yeah, here's the trading post. Oh, it doesn't get close enough to both barracks, which is fine because I'm going to put down a 3rd barracks. Oh, I can't reach there. Maybe a 3rd barracks here? Somewhere? It's getting really fussy about placement. Here we go. All right, income supplies of 24. That'll help a lot, I think. I can also hit prolific to give me whatever I would have earned in income again. I think I might want to go with rally for extra adventures because I think one of these... No, I don't know actually about that. I might want to wait until my discard pile is empty to build more houses so that I gain the benefit of the harp at the second wind. That's kind of my strategy at the moment, is to wait until that harp makes it cheaper for me to mass build houses. But here is the reveal. I'm going to use my might to explore both paths. We have a caravan adventure here. And we also have an artifact vault that requires 3 houses. So I will build those now, because that artifact might be helpful now rather than later. The Conqueror's Looking Glass. Each time 5 buildings are placed, double the range of the next building. Ooh, okay. That's really good synergy for big deployments like that trading post. If there's a huge amount of houses in one area, we can rally them all up. So there's an tier source there, and I still have the hero statue yet in the drop pile. So we can possibly put the statue there, which is going to be handy. Iron dig. Maybe a salvager to go through our deck. Although, yeah, I'm going to not bother with the salvager, instead work on might. Because I suspect once these reveals are revealed, these 3 different directions, there's going to be threats that we're going to have to deal with. So I'm going to need the might to deal with those threats, and our might income sucks. All right. Good turn. And there we go. This is exactly what I would figured. We now have that 10 might per turn income bound to that tier source. Perfect. There's not really cards that I'm hoping to draw. Loggers camps wouldn't actually be bad. So maybe I'll use the cranes to draw the logger camps so that I can kickstart more of the supplies per turn, because we're going to have a lot of really expensive houses to build. Also, Thrasir's Builder's Boon is ready to go as well. Oh, so this is the Conqueror's Looking Glass. So the Waterwell's sphere of influence is like ridiculous. There's no other buildings to really place to benefit from this, so I'm just gonna put the Waterwell here, which gives me a huge supply because it hit everything. So that was the 5th. So you can see it has a counter here, which is neat. I'm just trying to burn my deck a little bit so I can get back to discard pile 0 and also get as many logger camps going for income. So really heavily investing in economy. And I might go ahead and put 2 more houses with some of the supplies I just made in this cluster to unlock a new card. I'm going to go with the Repurposer. to be able to burn through the decks to get back to discard pile 0 to benefit from the harp. Is there a card in my discard pile that I would want right now? Another trading post, perhaps? Yeah, let's get another trading post. Well, that's just in the discard pile. It's going to end up in my hand eventually. So, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Okay, you guys, do we want to gamble? Fortune and bone. So I can gamble nothing, gamble a little bit of supplies, a moderate amount, or a lot of supplies. We have 185, but also keep in mind that one of the trees requires a population of 30, which is going to require probably a lot of supplies to unlock. So we can gamble a lot to be able to really get a huge amount of supplies, or we just end up losing it. It looks like somewhere in between moderate and a lot, but not all. It's going to be the choice. Any tiebreakers out there? All right, modest reward. I actually don't know if we won that. So the map reveal. So here's another caravan adventure. This, discard 1 card when building within range, spend 20 to clear. This, I don't really need to build in range here, so I can leave this Draugr encampment here. It doesn't really matter for me. This tree only requires 40 might to unlock. This prevents amity buildings built nearby. And this is a very long adventure, so I'm going to get started on that now. Let's start exploring to this sapling. I have 0 in my draw pile. I'm going to try to increase my my income as much as I can. So I'm pulling logging cards to increase my supplies as much as I can. And I wouldn't mind exploring that last one. There we go. Kicking off that exploration. So this sapling requires a magic source nearby. I don't have a magic source on hand, but yeah, I don't have one on hand. I don't think that there's anything worthwhile doing this turn. One thing I might want to do, however, is re-roll these choices. Yeah, to get safeguard. To speed up the adventure that I have. I am going to just choose this. I'm going to get a blueprint, because blueprints are really, really nice. I like upgrading the hold. And then we finished this adventure, and then we sped this up by 2 turns. And in 2 more turns, I can do another magic cast. Oh, here's the trading post again. Oh, this trading post, unfortunately for me, has the super radius, which would be really nice, except for the original trading post is blocking me. If I could put it down here, I would get 42 supplies per turn, which is just an insane amount, but I'm being blocked by the original trading post, so... and, like, I could put it here. That's actually not bad. I'm going to hit safeguard again to get that adventure rolling quicker. So we'll be able to wrap up that adventure within the daytime, which is great. And make a little bit more might income, because I'm going to want to get that sapling activated soon, I think. All right. The reveal. All right, so this adventure is probably not going to be done. There's just not time left in the day. This old ruin wants 2 empty buildings nearby, and this one wants houses. So we're going to start to drop the houses around this tree. I don't have discard 0, but we have a lot of supplies. And I don't think I can wait for like a perfect discard 0 opportunity. So that tree's bloomed, which is one of the 3 trees we need. I do have the might to get this tree, so I'm going to get it. So that's tree number 2. This one needs magic nearby, and this needs a population of 30. I think the population of 30 is a bit of a stretch, but I will try for it. So then, in order to trigger this old ruin, a water well, and a dig. And I'm going to get the market, because I think the houses are going to get real expensive real fast. So now all we're really waiting on is a power source for here, which as soon as I draw the Etir connection, I can draw from this power source over to that pretty easily. This just blocks enemy buildings, and the power source is not an enemy building, so this Draugr encampment isn't really going to be an issue for us. So now it's just like, build as many houses as I can, as cheaply as I can. To try to get the pop numbers as high as we are able. So I am going to be supply poor here. But luckily we do have this scion power once I run out of supplies. And then, of course, just to be able to afford everything, anytime there's like resource exploitation buildings to build, I'm going to use those as well. So 109 next turn. Oh boy. So that's a hell of a problem. I can either lose my supply income or lose 5 people. I think 5 people is probably more detrimental than the supply income, but neither of these are good for completionists. I may have to bite the bullet and take off with just the 3 of the 4 trees, as that stretch tree, which I identified right at the start of this, due to this food poisoning, is going to become very difficult to achieve in daytime. I could probably get it within the dusk, but I'd like to try to take off during the daytime. So that was a bit of a bummer. So we have no income. So all of these like income increasing cards don't help me at all at the moment. So are there any cards in my hand that I care about? No. I'm going to burn them all. I'm going to burn them all and reroll. Try and get that Etir connection. So, let's see. Go with the draw 2 cards. I could try to, like, get a whole bunch of supplies just from, like, shrub connections, if I could find the right spot for shrubs here. 27. Yeah, I can get, like, 33 supplies, like, immediately from dropping a shrub somewhere around here. So I will attempt to try to get that last tree before dusk. I just don't know if it's going to be possible given the the food poisoning we just got hit with. All right, let's discard the hand. And here's the Atir connection. So this is the final tree that we need to take off. Done. So I can take off at any point now. I'm just going to continue to try to stretch for that sapling. So 49 of the 51 supplies left. No, let's not do that. I'm going to burn a water well and try to gain more supplies back. All right, 71. Any of these supply income cards don't really matter for us because of the food poisoning. So here is oh god, I didn't realize there's brambles here. That sucks. I'm gonna have to clear the brambles. Okay. And then this is the last house I can afford this round, which will give an extra card. Come on, go. Maybe magic is the way through? I don't know. I could try it. The concept is like, use a bunch of magic in order to maybe get some extra beneficial effects. Okay, so this is a double zoned spot. And I'm out of supplies. I actually do have enough might to clear out these encampments, so I'm just going to do it. Because might doesn't carry over to the next island. So I have 4 turns for daytime. Oh, so I'm going to choose this. Because I can't even choose the top one, I don't have the supplies. So this gives me a free building surge card, which is kind of nice. So I can actually build 2 free houses with Builder's Boon and then hit surge for another one. That only gets me 2/5 of the way, though. But like I said, I'm going to do my best to do it before we take off. Man, that food poisoning. I was working on like really high supply income, and then the game was like, boink! No, you don't. All right. I have a discount. Okay, so these cards are free at the moment because of the harp. So, yeah. There's another free one. And then, I guess I'll use Salvager. I don't really know if there's... Pick a card from a discard pile. I literally don't have cards from a discard pile, so I'm not really sure what happens when I use this. It just burns it. Okay. Yeah, free building after Scion Power. Yeah, right. I forgot about that. That was the Iron Gauntlets. Alright, this adventure is done. So I can gain might or an upgraded building card. I don't need extra might, so I'm going to go with the building card. And we will do a water well. Because an upgraded water well gives me an immediate supplies, and maybe that will help us through. Alright, so I have a few turns left. So that turn, that was the last of the income free turns. So next turn, if I can build 2 houses, we win with all 4 trees. God, these houses got expensive. But I got it. Boom! Still daytime. Let's earn a new card too. Let's go with the blacksmith. And everything done in the daytime, even with all that food poisoning. Nice. Pretty good synergy there. Got pretty lucky with the card draws. All right, we have an east and west direction. So we're here. We can do a bonus artifact. I probably want that over a random encounter. So bonus artifact of going east, and then remove a card from the deck going west. Both are mossy acorns. And then the east has a ambush party. So after an exploration, we lose population, which is super rough, and a tear in time. If more than 5 cards are used in a turn, it's skipped automatically. Also super rough. Going west, we have dangerous paths. Each time an adventure is complete, increase turns by 2, which, ouch. And then enemy incursions, lose 20 supplies every 5 turns. So because we are deeper into the loop, things get more challenging. So let's pick a direction here. Do we want the lose population after explorations and can't do more than 4 cards or 5 cards in a turn without penalties, or time to complete adventures is increased and lose supplies every 5 days? I'm actually surprised that you guys have me staying east, but we're going to stay east. So I'm going to pick up the bonus artifact. The west islands seemed a bit easier, but difficulty is fine. So we have the Tooth of Knowledge, gain magic when skipping a building draft. I don't usually skip building drafts, but maybe I'll consider it now. And then lose population after explorations, and I gotta limit the amount of cards that I play. So, got it. Taking a look, there's 4 adventures, a population of 35, which I don't even think is reasonable to go for, personally. 3 empty buildings in proximity, and then there's this far-flung one, which is 6 explorations. So that's 4 cards this turn, and I'm going to end my turn because I don't want to suffer the ire. So one of these trees requires adventures, so I am going to use the observatory to spawn an adventure so that I can start fulfilling that tree's requirements. And we have to make a desperate retreat because I didn't have the supplies to do that adventure. But it technically counts as complete, so we have 1/4 of that done. Oh, did that? Oh, that used a card. Oops. That's not good. So we skipped that turn entirely. But I might as well keep going, given that it is a skip turn. I forgot that would probably... that technically is a card use. Alright, so new card. We are going to need amity buildings for this tree here. So I'm going to choose the repurposer. And I'm keeping a close eye on the skipped turn. Wow, the range of this is huge because of the fifth, because of the Conqueror's Looking Glass. And unfortunately, putting a training ground here means that all future training grounds will be blocked by that sphere of influence, but I'm going to do it anyway just so that I can start exploring. So I'm going to go this direction. Let's also get a logger's camp. Oh, no, what? I'm going to end my turn because I don't want to skip another turn. All right, I don't have an anti source for that, unfortunately. We do have 10 more might, so I'll go this way. Little shrub. Actually, I'll build some more houses before we drop the shrub. Two more houses. I've been getting lucky with these really small row houses. And then the shrub is just more effective. One more house will give me a new card, so let's do that. And the crane is really easy to use for amity building, so I'm going to pick that so that we can unlock that sapling. And I think that's the round. Scion power is ready, and the building after the scion power will be free, which is important to remember. So this prevents itcher buildings when placed in range. And there's a adventure down here. Going for it. And we need 3 trees to take off, and probably it's going to be the exploration tree, the adventure tree, and the amity building tree. I don't think I'm going to get to that tree. It's too difficult. At the moment, we really need more might in order to do more of the explorations. So, how expensive? Barracks is okay. I'll build one more house and then the barracks. For a very tidy sum of might. And that way we can start moving. So this probably goes to some sort of artifact vault or adventure or ruin. Same with this direction. I'm going to head towards the... You know what? I'll do both. One there. One there. I can put down one more building this turn before suffering its skip turn. Is there anything in my discard pile that I would want? No. So maybe discard my hand. I'm okay with discarding my hand. Trying to get back to activating the second wind harp again. A water well for income would be nice. There's a lot more supplies. And that's going to be the end of my turn because I don't want to suffer the Terran time. Although, I kind of regret not running the Rune Henge for extra mana. Because my mana amount sucks. But, oh well. Ooh, we have a trading post. So, provided I don't get hit with food poisoning, that could be really helpful to... and the... Ooh, or even... So, I think this trading post zone is doubled right now from the looking glass. So I'm going to put the trading post over here, encapsulating all the houses that I've already built, and then possibly get another trading post and put it like here, which wouldn't be in range. So I, to sort of double dip. So really working on that supplies. And now we have just enough might to start heading new directions. Wow, that revealed nothing. Two repurposers. I think we now have a valid... Do I have a valid path to get up there? No. It hasn't been discovered yet. So, probably need to wait for this exploration to reveal the path to build up there. And then I can start getting that sapling. So what I can do in the meantime is try to put houses like as close to the cliffside as possible to benefit from the sphere of influence. Or maybe even do that over here. I'm going to take a complete random stab in the dark gamble and say that, like, there's going to be a reason to have houses over here. I'm trying to put 2 more houses before I hit the Terran time threshold. So that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to, like, maximize the amount of stuff that I build in one turn, avoiding the Terran time penalties. Because my population will keep going down every time I do a new exploration, and I'm sort of stuck exploring constantly. So it's very unlikely that I hit the 35 population, considering people keep dying off from exploring. Oh, it's you again. You, why return to this bleak refuge? Man, this island is really bleak. You mock me, like all the others, or wallow in the rot at my side? Of course not. We're here to help. Oh, and also to say thank you for that trinket from last time. It was a big help, you know. Nothing good will come of meddling with fate, cursed wretches. Least of all one who makes a sorry excuse for a man, and a sadder excuse for a god. A god? You? Hard to believe, I know. Sea God Njord. They called me, but look at these seas now. Nothing but rotting trash and roiling toxins, far as the eye can see. And all I can do to save the waters now is fish for garbage while waiting for a son who hates me to come home. Do yourselves a kindness. Waste no time on my ilk. What if you can help you clean the oceans instead? Visit once in a while and take some artifacts off your hands. You can't so know that you can't so no to that kind of help. I think it means say no. I think it's a typo. Can you? You make for a stubborn bunch, Vikings, but very well. Come often as you like and take what I can spare. Just don't blame me once you realize I'm beyond help. Alright, so here's a choice. Get a random artifact, spend some precious supplies to have a pick between 2, or spend a lot of supplies for a pick between 3. Man, you guys like burning my supplies, don't you? Alright. Supplies burned. And what artifact are we doing? The Everlasting Rations gains population when adventures are completed. Could be useful, but I don't think that's going to get me to the 35 pop that we need. The Broken Spear, which increases the income of might and magic when the Scion power is ready. Or the Vial of Siphoning Haze. Reduce the Scion power's cooldown by 1 each time a card is discarded. Alright, looks like the Everlasting Rations. You continually vote for things I would not choose for myself. I would not have spent supplies there, and I would not get the Everlasting Rations there, but that's what you wanted. So be it. It would be good to start this exploration. I know each exploration, like, kills my people. Actually, we really need to do this one. Well, no, I don't really need to get to that tree. I think we've determined that that tree is, like, just not going to happen. So I can do... Let's see. Let's get a water well. Oh, that is a good water well. And then... try to fit houses next to this tree so that I can benefit from that tree. quicker. God, my poor dying population every time I explore. Alright, I'm out of cards to play unless I want to skip a turn, so done. So, this is the important path. We have the path for this sapling, which we only need to do one more exploration for to unlock, and then the path to this sapling, which we need to do 2 more adventures for to unlock. And then we have access to this sapling here. So this sapling is going to get... Oh, it's too close. So maybe I'll do a crane. I'm trying to avoid the Draugr zone, but also have the ability to... God, I can't place it anyway. The ability to build something else afterwards. I think probably the best way to do it is just to stick a house over here. To put the crane in like that. That's 1 of 3. A logger camp would be nice for income. And I can play 1 more card this turn without penalty. So then I'll do the repurposer here. So that's 2 of 3 amenity buildings. Oh, apparently that didn't use up one of the terrors in time. So I'll do a shrub. Yep, there we go. Tree obtained. Nice. And a caravan. So here's a choice. Oops. It's supposed to be 2 options. Here's a choice. I can either barter for supplies and gain supplies outright, or have people join to push towards the population milestone. However, I'm 8 out of 15. I'm like kind of nowhere near that population milestone because people keep dying as I do explorations. So I can get up to 11 of 15 and then probably lose 4 more doing 2 more explorations. But the choice will be yours. And it looks like you guys want the supplies. All right. I'm going to end the turn. I'm going to quickly run to the bathroom. So Yoda's going to take over. All right, I'm back, but I'll leave Yoda on. So I need to get more might for the explorations to get off this island. I need 50 or 45 might, and I don't have that at all. In my draw pile, I will have the hero statue, which I can use to gain more might per turn off of this tree. Let's see. Here we go. I am definitely... Wait, what is going on? Oh, I can place here. All right, I'm definitely going to want to market for the income. That's going to be enormously helpful. Is there a better place for the market? Yeah, maybe right there. And then... I don't think I have 2 industry buildings deployed yet. So I can't use the blacksmith. So I'll trigger the crane. In hopes of drawing something useful. Oh, another trading post. Okay, that will be nice. So my first trading post is here. And this trading post needs 2 military buildings adjacent to it to work. I don't know if I'm going to be able to satisfy that, though. Because I don't have a lot of military buildings. In fact, that's kind of the issue with this round so far. Is I really haven't had the opportunity to build a lot of barracks or training grounds or anything like that. And there's a barracks in my deck. So I'm not going to worry about that. Instead, I'll go for the Runehenge and just max out the amount of mana I can get off a Runehenge so that maybe I can do some extra casting. So 16, that's pretty gnarly. 65 extra mana. So build a house for free, that's not really going to help me. destroy a building and gain supplies. Oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to destroy... let's see. Was that a trading ground? Why couldn't a trading post get built off of the trading ground? And, oh, because it's just not close enough. I see. And there's, like, physical things blocking it. Got it. Okay, so that recycle is actually not going to be helpful. I'll just recycle my crane for extra supplies. Alright, I don't have any more cars to spend before suffering the Terran time. So, roll it. The adventure. Remove a card from the deck or upgrade a card. I'm going to just choose the upgraded card. So what do we really need? What are we hurting for at the moment? I don't think that there's a snowball's chance in hell that we get the population required, so population cards aren't really going to be helpful. Let's do something silly like upgrading a market. Wait. Market Plus doesn't seem to be any more benefit than the regular market. Oh, the Market Plus doesn't have amity building requirements. I get it. What about Trade Post? Trade Post Plus does have a bonus, a considerable one. So I'm going to do Trade Post Plus. Might as well. So that is not in my deck. That is in my discard, but it will be coming back to me soon. Do I have might stuff in my discard pile? I do have a barracks. So let's use the salvager to grab a barracks back from our discard pile. And then grab some of the extra might it will give us. There we go. 29, that works for me. That's exactly what we need. 1 and 2. So our population will be decimated as a result of these last 2 explorations. But one of these explorations will unlock this tree, and then we will also get that adventure. So in 2 turns, when these 2 explorations are done, we win. So we're definitely taking off before daytime. So all that's really left is like if we wanted to maybe go on this might exploration path, for the possibility of like an artifact or a ruin or something like that. And I want to do that. So I'm going to add another barracks in and unlock this path as well. Because there's just not a situation where we're going to be able to get that sapling activated. It's just a lost cause. So I'm not even going to bother with that. Ooh, a hero statue. Well, I needed the might, but now I have access to the might. I'll put the hero statue down anyway. But that would have been nice to have like a long time ago. And... oh, this is a double wide well. Ooh. I could really hit a lot of houses with that, I think. No, not really, because there's some blocking. Hey! Big Papa Timo. Welcome, Raiders. You're playing Vintage Story? Oh, nice. I will be playing Vintage Story tomorrow. What were you working on today in your survival world? And what I think I'm going to do, even though it doesn't make much sense, is like, I'm just going to maximize my exploration here. Because I don't really care about my population. Yeah, I know, I'm cruel. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Now, basically, nobody lives in our town because I killed them all. And I have enough to activate this sapling. I have enough to activate this sapling. So we have all the saplings we need to get off the island, which is good. And we have some extra adventures. So I don't have 4 turns left to do this shipwreck. But we can do this caravan. And I'm just going to gain supplies, because population won't matter. We're not going to hit our pop thresholds. So let's see what spells we can cast. Nothing that matters. So yeah, let's just take off. We have an anti source here. That's what was hidden up that way. It wasn't like an artifact or anything. I'll actually wait one more turn just to see what gets revealed here. Oh, it was another adventure. Doesn't really matter. Okay, we are off. So not an island that was fully completed for the trees, but I just, due to the curses, it would have been very, very, very difficult to do that anyway. Thank you for tuning in to Roots of Yggdrasil, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 31st. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com also has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you on next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow scions.